And look at these two. They're so funny. You guys are so funny.
Stella, Splash, Simba, Hydrox, and Boo, the Lucky Ferals.
It's 8 a.m. Good morning, Stella. Stella slept in the penthouse all night. They love this penthouse up here. Right, Stella? She says it's a very nice getaway. How you doing today, Stella? You're so cute. You're so pretty. You're a pretty girl, Stella. Good morning, Simba. Simba's sleeping in one of the round cat beds by the window. You look so cozy. And here's Splash. He's in the round cat tower by the window. This is where Simba normally sleeps. But Splash is here. He looks so cozy also. All curled up. And here's Boo. When I woke up this morning, Boo was sleeping on my bed. It's 9:49 a.m. and Hydrox and Ditto are at the back door, and Boo was hanging out with them for a little while. And Ditto just showed up, so Hydrox already ate both plates of food. I put 2 big plates of food out for the cats. Hydrox ate both of them, and then he and Ditto were meowing at each other. So I'm gonna put another can of food out for them. I put out the raw rabbit patties, and 1 on each plate with warm water mixed in, and also part of a leftover can of food. And I did put herbs in there. I put herbs in there, and I'm trying these new homeopathic worm away drops. I don't know if they're gonna work. I'm not the biggest fan of homeopathy, but we'll see. I got them on clearance. They're still good. It's not like they're out of date or anything, so we'll just see if I notice a difference. Now, Hydrox got a double dose of everything because he ate both plates of food, but that's fine. It's not gonna have a negative effect on him. So there's Ditto. I'm gonna put the food out for them. And here's Boo. And I got the camera because Ditto was rubbing up against this glass door, and Ditto and Boo was right here on the other side of it. So it might look like Ditto wants to be friends with Boo, but Boo can be vicious. We know that. Anyone who's seen the fight with Boo and Hydrox on the patio knows how vicious a cat Boo can be against other cats. And Boo is very territorial. I just split up another can of food between the plates, and that's Ditto eating the food, and there's Hydrox eating the food. It is really cold outside, but I don't think it's below freezing. It is 9:03 a.m. and I just opened the back door, and this was a new first. So Ditto was laying on the back mat when I opened the door, and then he walked to the other side of this little step area, and then Hydrox jumped up onto it. But that's the first time I've ever seen Ditto hanging out by the back door like that. I'm gonna put out some food for them, and they're gonna have their breakfast. Ditto's actually looking a little bit cleaner and less muddy. It's 8:45 a.m. Boo's sitting here in a scratch and roll and watching chipmunk videos. He's so funny. It's 10 p.m. and look at what's going on here. So I'm testing out a new heating pad. Well, it's just a new a concept for Hydrox's shelter. So Hydrox just peed in his shelter a little while ago, and he peed this morning, and I cleaned it out, and I put a new blanket on the heating pad, and he just peed on the new blanket. So I'm trying to figure out if I could put a WeeWee pad on top of the blanket on top of the heated pet pad. So that's what I did, and then when I went in the other room, and I got on a phone call, and it's probably been a half hour, and I just came out, and Stella was laying on this, or she was sitting on it. Now Boo's gonna check it out. Is he gonna lay down on it? This is actually one of Boo's WeeWee Pads, because whenever Boo gets in the carrier and goes for a ride in the car, he likes to poop and pee in the carrier. So that's why I got the WeeWee Pads to put in the carrier. And I'm just curious to see whether they would actually work with one of these heated pet mats. Boo seems to like it. Boo, I'm gonna sit down there next to you, okay? I want to see if it's warm. I just tested this out, and it's nice and warm through a blanket. So I have the heating pad here, and it normally has a cover, but the cover that was on the heating pad in the shelter, I had to take it out because it was all soiled, and I'm gonna have to either throw it out or take it to a laundromat and wash it. So I am gonna put another blanket on it. Right now he had another blanket on it, and then he peed on the blanket. So tomorrow I'm probably gonna replace the blanket and then put a WeeWee pad on it, because this seems to be working. Because the heating pad does not get too hot where it's gonna melt this or anything like that. It's just it's nice and warm, and hopefully that would be a lot better. I'm probably just gonna have to go buy a little bit bigger WeeWee pads, and then that should work. It's about 11:15 p.m. and look at what's going on here. I just walked in the room, and now Splash is testing out the WeeWee pad on top of the blanket on top of the heated pet mat. So all 4 indoor cats approve of this. I've seen them all laying on this at some time tonight. So tomorrow I'm gonna go buy some bigger WeeWee pads and put them in Hydrox's shelter. Hey Splash, how's that feel? You like the heated pet mat? Feels good? Is it nice and warm, Splashy? It's about 11:30 p.m. and look at what's going on here. Do not tell me that cats are not psychic. So I'm sitting on the floor here a few feet away, and I'm editing a video on my computer. And I just looked at this. This is Stella's, her cat castle, her little castle. And I had put one of the round cat beds in it, and not like maybe 5 minutes ago, I was just looking at this, and I was looking at it and I said, you know, it's a shame that Stella has not used this with the cat bed in it. I have not seen any of the cats using this with the round cat bed in it, and it's so cozy, and I thought she would like it, and I thought it was really weird. And then I just looked over and look at what's going on. Stella's inside of it. Like, she totally read my mind. Or else I read her mind. Isn't that crazy? I mean, it's been like this for at least a couple weeks now. And this is the first time she's using it. Like, I just was thinking about it a few minutes ago. See, cats are so psychic. How you doing, Stella? You gonna sleep in there tonight? Okay. Have a good night, Stella. I just put both of the boas in there with Stella. It almost looks like a bubble bath, doesn't it? Stella's in her castle with her boas. It is 9:47 a.m. and I want to tell you what just happened. So Hydrox was hanging out by the back door, and I opened the door and I put some food out for him and for Ditto. And instead of eating the food, Hydrox literally ran across the patio to the fence, stuck his head under the fence, and started meowing. I was like, oh my gosh, he's calling for Ditto. He's letting Ditto know that there's food out. And sure enough, in the time it took me to come inside and grab a camera, he showed up with Ditto. I mean, I literally just saw Hydrox run to the fence, stick his head under the fence, start meowing for Ditto, and then Ditto showed up. So what it does is it confirms my suspicion of where Ditto's been hanging out, because Ditto, you be gone! So what it does is it confirms my suspicion of where Ditto's been hanging out, because Hydrox stuck his head under the fence in that direction. Like, I have a feeling that Ditto goes under my neighbor's porch and they don't really know about it. And that's the direction where Hydrox stuck his head under the fence. But do you see how cats communicate? See, cats are so smart. Like, Hydrox is like, oh, the food's out. I better call Ditto and let Ditto know to come over and eat. It's 3:30 p.m. and I'm outside with Hydrox and Ditto because I'm cleaning out the shelter that Hydrox has been staying in. So this is the shelter. He peed in it last night, and this is the blanket that was in it. I just took the blanket out and it's actually totally dry. This is the heated pet mat, and I just wiped it down with like an alcohol solution, and I just came out here with my blow dryer to blow it dry. And then I'm gonna put on a new blanket, and also I'm gonna put a WeeWee pad on it just in case he decides to pee on it again. And yeah, so that's what it looks like. And I do have to say that I'm actually kind of surprised that everything was completely dry. The pad was dry, the blanket was dry, and it was all slightly warm. The heating pad is on, so it stays slightly warm. I thought it only went on when there's a cat laying on it, but it seems that it stays on even if there's not a cat on it. So I guess the warmth of it had dried out the blanket overnight. So here it is with the new fleece blanket on top, and now I'm going to put a WeeWee pad on top of this. And here it is with the WeeWee pad. I thought the ones I bought were bigger than this, but this should be fine. I actually tucked in the top of it and the bottom of it, and it's just the right and left side that are not long enough to be tucked in. And I did test these out inside yesterday, and you do get heat from the heating pad through the blanket and through the WeeWee pad, so this is good to go, and hopefully Hydrox will use it. It's 3:55 p.m. and I just came inside, and look at what's going on here. I just walked into the bedroom to get something. Splash and Stella are all cuddled up with each other. Splash loves this. Do you see his foot? Stella is resting her chin on him. They heard someone outside. And here's Simba. Simba's been watching me through the back door. I was outside working on the shelter, and there's a pom-pom outside, the pom-pom that used to be in the shelter. So Simba was watching the pom-pom through the door. And here's Boo. He's been relaxing on top of the cat tower today. And look at these two. They're so funny. You guys are so funny. Stella is so relaxed and Splash is so nervous. Stella's like, just calm down, chill out. They love each other. Thank you for watching this Lucky Ferals video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you'd like me to post more videos, and please make sure to check out these other videos that were selected especially for you.